to speak at this valedictory function. I have witnessed the previous session, so congratulations to the organizers and the event planners and all the participants who have traveled all across. And in this session today, we have very eminent people coming from Gautam Buddha University, Professor R.K. Sinha, as well as Mr. Mohit Vora, who is also coming and representing industry, a very important industry that he's representing, and Professor Naveen Kumar also, and along with other people. So, when in the previous session, I had the same question, and I'm raising the same question that despite we have traveled so many years of development in last 100 years, why has this world faced so many sustainable challenges? On the one side, we claim that we have got greatest of the universities and institutions in the world. We have done so much of progress all around the world. But then, on the other side, we see so much of hunger going all around. We see more and more people are dying because of the hunger. We see the water tables are going down globally. It's said that more than 0.68 centimeter per year, the water tables are going down. The air pollution indexes are every day we see that they are changing. So why is it happening that despite the claims of education and development are being made all across, we still have somewhere something missing? So, to me, I think despite we have science and technology growing on the one side, we still are facing these challenges. So, to me, somewhere the education something is missing something, and it again brings me to the Eastern and the Western model of education. And I personally feel, while as we have done a lot of progress when it comes to comforts for the human society, I feel the Western model of education has completely focused on bringing in the comforts for our external world in many forms, and they are evidence-based comforts for the humans. But at the same time, bringing comforts at the outer level, the Western model of education has also created discomforts inside us. Whereas the Eastern model of education focused first on internal comforts, and when a person becomes internally comfortable, uh, his ability or their ability to remove the external discomfort also goes up. So somewhere there is a disconnect between what is being taught and what is being practiced and what actually we require. So when my submission to all the scientists who are here and who will go back and talk to their people about more research that they will do, I think somewhere we need to integrate the East and West model of the research that we are doing. See, the Eastern model of research and the Western model of research, there is a difference that I personally feel. Whereas on the Eastern side, it's a more holistic, it's a more interconnected, it's a more interdependent piece that we look at. We look at a bigger picture. We look this universe as an interconnected component. But on the other side, when we look at the Western research, it's more reductionist, it's more fragmented, it's more into smaller components. So can these two aspects be, brought together? The second thing, I was in when I was in IBM, I was in a forum, and I used to tell about, in India we have ancient education which is talking about these stars and planets and how they have been able to calculate. Just in India, we call it Kal Ganna, timekeeping. And thousands of years back, India was able to correctly determine the position of stars, the rotation, the movement, and their spread in the constellation. So someone asked me, how is it possible? Because in the West, unless you have an evidence, you can't actually claim. So they said, do you mean to say that India had a telescope 3,000 years back? I said, no, India didn't have a telescope at that time, but we had a different methodology to handle it. He said, then we don't believe on this. You see, we in the West, we have Dalton's theory talking about the atom, and then you have a evidence-based research where you have equipments which have seen, the high-grade microscopes which can see the atom. But in India, thousands of years back, you had Rishi Kanad talking about the atom, Anu. Now, there was no microscope in India. The question is, how did that happen? So I asked some of my mentors who are in the spiritual field. They said, see, in India, the philosophy is when the perceptor becomes the perceived, or when the observer becomes the observed. That is a different grade of philosophy in India. So to me, if these two philosophies somewhere align together and think in a more holistic manner, I think we can serve much better to the society. And these conferences, if they bring in the other elements of consciousness, spirituality, and science, because spirituality is also a form of science in India. Through that process, they have found many things. So, if these two dimensions are brought together, I think our research and our innovation can be more sustainable, can be more helpful for the society, can be more beneficial in the coming days, and maybe what we are perceiving today, how a society should be after 100 years, maybe somewhere we'll be able to bring this entire research and innovation in a different direction, which is more eco-friendly, human-friendly, and sustainable. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best for organizing this program. And I hope the next conference will think of even more broader terms and bring in some different dimensions. Thank you very much.